unfinished. It was kind of a challenge for me. I grew up in church. I've been a Christian my whole life, but I've never given, ever. The bridge really was foundational to helping me come back to the Lord in some ways, but also survive some like really hard things. So came here, fell in love with the place, and pretty quickly began to learn of an affair that was going on that my wife was having at the time. God used the people here in so many ways to walk me through that. And I'm just forever grateful. And God still has me here. Unfinished was the first time I was close enough with the Lord and obeying him in every way I possibly can. And then giving comes up and I'm like, oh, that's a thing. That's a thing that I know God wants us to do. I need to think about that. But God really, wanted me to do the minimum. I knew that already. Like, I'm just going to obey God on everything he tells me to do. But he gave me a number, and it was a painful number. Many percentages over the standard 10, the tithe. And I wrestled with that, and I did it. And I've been doing it ever since this thing started. And I don't know, it's been good. It's been really good because I see it come out of my paycheck. I get paid on Friday. The auto pay goes on Saturday. I get that notification every time. And I'm okay. I'm really grateful for it because I'm like, man, this is what my life is really about, is serving the Lord and being obedient to him. And it's not been hard. Like, I'm still saving the amount of money I want to save. I'm still paying my bills. I still have fun money to spend on myself, and I'm being faithful to the number the Lord gave me, and somehow it's all working out. You get into like a rhythm of Christianity, and it just becomes what you do. And I think in what you're doing, you might lose like the meaning. And what's been interesting about the giving piece is it's a pain point. You know, it's exciting to go to church on Sunday. It's exciting to be with my life group every Tuesday. I love those people to death. Like, it feeds me, it feeds them. Like, it's just so good. But like, money is hard. It's like a pain point. And what's cool about, Saturday morning when it comes out of my account, I get that text reminder and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm doing something for the Lord here. I'm obeying him, and it hurts a little bit, but I know that he's gonna follow through. And I'm learning to enjoy that. If you're thinking about giving, or you've been giving, or, you're wrestling with this unfinished thing, there's an aspect to it that's kind of tough. It's just like, we got to obey the Lord. And he calls us to give. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to give here, but we should, as Christians, be giving to what God is doing on the earth. I would encourage you to really wrestle through that, because that's just a part of the Christian thing. We have to die to sins. We have to obey his commandments. We have to, pray. Sometimes that's hard, like to stop and pray. This is just another thing that God asks us to do, and he meets us there. There's an aspect to the Lord that I wasn't experiencing for the last 30 years of my life, and now I'm experiencing it, and it's pretty cool. We already have a taste of what God's doing now, and it's like, this is just an opportunity to steward what he's given us already, and just to be excited about what's in the future. I think God has huge plans for the bridge in Alexandria and just the church as a whole.